Alrighty then. I don't remember anything that we were doing last time, but we will be revisiting Chuck Norris, one and only. And at the moment, it is a little bit important that we fix this wind turbine. Which granite are you digging at? Don't bother with that for now. I want you to, yeah, get the compactor machinery. Just because this wind turbine is broken down, we want him to still be able to, still be able to access this area and have cold. And you can see here he's going to go ahead and fix it now, which will allow us to recharge our battery, and he can use this nutrient paste dispenser for his food. It does look like we might end up running out of rice at some point, so it is going to be important to be aware of that. But just hunting a couple bucks here and there should probably get us a good amount of progress in that regard. I'm going to move the butcher table inside of the freezer just to make it a little bit more a little bit easier for him to haul his stuff. You can see that great bow there that we collected during our cold snap quest coming in handy. I'm gonna raid with an absolutely horrible shooting colonist with a bow. It's a normal short bow, and this person is attacking immediately, so we'll have good old Chuck. Actually, he's gonna come out here to try and shoot at them before they get to us, because he should have a better range. He can take a couple pot shots, but he's probably not gonna hit all that much. And we'll just have him run back over this way, trying to bait this person into our spike trap. Take a shot at him, hit, and then we'll come in here. Hopefully they'll come up and into this little hallway, trying to reach us. Take a shot at them as they come past, and there they go. We'll let Chuck go ahead and finish his food now, and that is successfully dispatched. It kind of looked like they were starting to go for the wind turbine up here, so I'm not sure if I might need to section this off somehow to avoid having raiders pathfind into areas that I don't want them to. I'm actually thinking I might reinstall this here, and I'm gonna build a copy of this door over here that I can have held open if I want to kite them into a particular area. We'll let Chuck go ahead and continue researching his microelectronics. At this point, it's probably not worth building an electric stove just because we're not cooking anyway. But it may well be worth getting a little bit more wood and maybe building out our eventual dining room. Once this cotton is done growing, we should be able to install carpets in here. I don't believe I already have researched. No, they're right here. So we'll probably get those after we get microelectronics. don't necessarily see a steam geyser, especially close to our base either. There's one down here, which we might be able to get later in the game, but probably doesn't make sense to build all the way down there for now. Good quality table. I'm very fortunate. I don't know why I'm building a room like this. It's actually probably very unnecessary. I'm actually going to take that back immediately. We have no reason for it to have a table like this. I'm going to build a much smaller one, as we'll only ever have a single colonist. Move the chess table up here behind. Well, we can have a separate chess table, and we'll be making a new one just because our current one is not necessarily particularly impressive. I guess it can just go. Yeah, that works. He can play chess with himself. We will go ahead and make a proper dining chair now, as they do provide superior comfort. But that not out of steel. Why did it? I guess because I ran out of wood. That was very strange. Plenty of slavers coming through here. That's what I've noticed. We have had slaver after slaver in this playthrough. That does give us a convenient opportunity to sell our flake that we obtained earlier. And ancient warehouse. I don't know if that's going to be worth looting for now. However, it might be useful to provide at least a little bit of light in this room, as it is where he does a lot of his research and things. Although, we'll have him turn it off before sleeping, just so that he's not wasting electricity when he's not in here, as our supply is a little bit limited. And that should boost his research speed just a little bit. Although, the fact that it is very dirty in here probably is not helping our cause. Of course, I can build out a research room / infirmary at some point. It is sometimes kind of interesting to think about how they retrieve so much information by simply shuffling these papers back and forth. There is no way you are learning anything by doing this. Though I am aware we have quite a bit of energy. It never hurts to flick the light off. I also don't think it can break when it's not on, so conserving components where we can is probably going to be helpful. Speaking of components, we haven't had a single piece of ship crash yet, which is quite unfortunate, as they tend to be a wonderful source of components. And our setup with the meat here is working quite favorably. as we're using up this faster rotting material sooner in case we run out of power. And I do actually want to build a corpse dumping spot here and only allow fresh animal corpses that are not. Now do I have to select specifically which insects? You know, I completely forget what they're even called, to be honest. Insect. There you go. And we'll make this important. So this will be where he stores a lot of animals from now on, and because it is actually less like it takes less space to store creatures when they are not butchered, as they'll only take up one slot instead of potentially a great number of spots with the amount of meat that they produce. So this is going to help conserve freezer space. Don't care about the Carillion pod sprout. And we have a porcupine self-taming. Very interesting. Seems like a strange thing for a porcupine to do because it is going to get immediately slaughtered. For now, there isn't a huge amount for us to do, aside from keep our wealth fairly low and continue researching. I don't want to start getting exceptionally difficult raids anytime soon. But I am going to let him cut some stone chunks so that we can build that research lab and hopefully accelerate our progress. We want this to be, I believe, 9, because it's 5 plus another 3, so we want 1 on this side. Oopsie. Not the plan. So the 9 up there. I believe that's the ideal size for a... Although, we probably want it on this side, don't we? Oh, and that works perfectly, so we don't even need to worry about how long the building itself is, as long as it's big enough to fit a multi-analyzer, which this should be. And we can install our first set of sterile tiles, which are going to be quite expensive, but they will be worth it in the long run. Because of the amount of time they're going to save us when researching. And we can also, of course, move a bed in here and make that his own infirmary, simply for himself, in case he gets an infection or something. The potatoes are getting close to grown, and the cotton is about halfway, so we should hopefully have those materials quite soon. I might have been better off moving this slightly. I think I'm going to reposition these fields once they've been harvested, just because I'm going to leave at least another block here to put a tile in, just so we're not spreading spreading dirt all over the place. That would be quite inefficient, as he would have to come back and clean it all of the time. Seems like we have enough steel to finish this, but we're running quite low now. I'm just going to go ahead and queue up some mining down here to replenish some of that stockpile. Would you look at that? Look at this dude. He is an enemy, but we can capture him as a slave, although he's unlikely to be very well unlikely to be very valuable as a slave, so he's probably not going to be worth capturing. And that is an interesting choice by Chuck, putting them down here, because this is not important and this is not important. That's probably something that we should be aware of. And we'll just set these to critical, because we do of course always want food in them. Wild Woman wanders in. Always fun. Always good to keep a little bit of a medicine supply. He's nearly finished with this little research building. You need more wood. Probably be able to sell that chest table at some point, so I'm gonna just uninstall it instead of deconstructing it, in the interest of saving some money. And with that done, we can reinstall this research bench here. We probably want to leave an amount of I can just move it when we actually get microelectronics. I'm going to reinstall this to this building, just because it's completely shifted where we're going to be spending most of our time. And we'll build some conduits over here. Not going to need very many more sandstone blocks now, so I'm going to let him haul all of his food and things to where they should go. And I'm going to create another shelf in here. That will be for storing medicine. And we will go ahead and build another bed, in the interest of hopefully allowing this dude to survive. If he ever gets sick. Is that a good quality bed or a poor quality bed? I'm gonna leave the good quality bed in there for now, just because it's gonna, I think it improves recovery rates. And I think it's unlikely that we're gonna need to plant more potatoes for the time being, just given we do still have a fair bit of rice, and we even have some meat still. So leaving this field unplanted is going to be, I imagine, beneficial for when we move the field eventually, and it means that we're not going to have to replant it. A mad bluebird. Well, interestingly enough, I can just do this, and it'll just run around, hopefully get stuck on one of my traps. But we have no reason why we can't. Nope, it's just gonna fall asleep instead. But we really don't have any reason why we can't just stay in here for quite some time. We have, actually no, never mind, scratch that, the research bench is in here. Look, the crows are back, bane of my existence, at least from the beginning of the playthrough. Very upset dude over here. Why you so, it's from the rotting corpses, it's probably not good to keep them so close to my base. having him mine down here probably isn't super great for his mental health. He is quite an upset person for the moment. He has a porcupine quill in his torso. I see. The pain is making him upset. That is devastating. Remove porcupine quills. Can you do that to yourself? No, of course you can't. Why won't you clean? Is it this mod breaking things? Is it if it's outside of the clean area? Is that the issue? You can't clean anything outside of the clean area, perhaps. Nope, you just can't clean at all. Wonderful. I'll have to remove that mod. It's not built for this version. Oh, a trader. That is splitting between these two directions. I don't think I've seen that before. We can sell some of our relatively useless clothing. And we'll just go ahead. Yeah, I'm not going to buy anything. But having some silver around is useful in case we need anything in future. The high-tech research bench requires 10 components. So we're going to need to find somewhere that we can get a lot of those. This vein over here will probably be our best friend. We have an option for a heat wave. I'm not sure if I necessarily want to take that yet, but if we are able to push that back as much as possible, we might be able to get a harvest of cotton in before then. But I'm not necessarily convinced it's going to grow in time, so we'll see. But with that wind turbine, battery, and cooler, we should be able to survive that quite comfortably. Muscle parasites, that is just incredible. That is just great, to be honest. I love it when my colonists get muscle parasites. Yep, tend to yourself. Thank you for not using the Glitter World medicine. And I guess with this porcupine quill, here begs the question, can I accept someone for a short amount of time to perform surgery? Because that's what I was considering before. If I accept a refugee or something for just a short amount of time so that they can perform surgery on me. Oh. You still suck at shooting, but this time you have a pistol. So I'm definitely going to have to be careful here. The bow probably has slightly better range, yes. So you can come out and take some shots at this particular character, and we're going to want this held open. Come out, see if you can get some shots in at him. He actually has decent cover here behind these chunks, so it might even be worth just having a shootout here. Though, yeah, taking some bullets is not going to be ideal. And does this person have... oh, they have a flak vest. Did not see that. We're not in a huge amount of danger yet, so I'm going to keep shooting. We've hit them more than they've hit us. They've only hit us once, but of course their gunshot has done more damage to us in our unarmored body than our little arrow has done to them in their flak vest. If he gets hit again, we're probably gonna have to retreat, but for the moment neither of them seem to be hitting much of anything, except he gets another hit in here. That is very beneficial for us. We're actually gonna have him retreat just a little bit. Probably up to here. He is moving faster than this character now, which does give us the upper hand. I'm so used to playing with running gun because it allows ranged weapons to be so much more effective than in vanilla. Yeah. We'll keep shooting. This person does have greatly reduced moving and manipulation, so they should struggle to get hit on us. Our manipulation is bad, but it's not as bad as theirs. And our shooting skill is so much higher as well. Funnily enough, they've actually both gained a level of shooting in this fight. It's another hit on this person. Although that flak vest. Oh, are they going down? Did they lose their hands? Their manipulation is at 0. There we go. And that is incredible. They're not dead yet. Quickly strip this person. We want that flak vest, preferably untainted. Wear the flak vest. Go tend to yourself. You're not in immediate danger, but if we can avoid an infection, that would be... You said you were going to go tend to yourself. Psychotic. Oh, you're in a daze. That's great, because you wanted to eat berries and nutrient paste before you... Oh my god. Before you tended to yourself. Lovely. Hopefully this daze isn't going to last too long, but honestly, if he stays like this for too long, he's not going to survive this single gunshot wound. I think it is actually healing on its own, but ever so slowly. Hopefully he'll be freed from his daze eventually. And the bleeding is decreasing, which is very good. We just need to avoid getting an infection, and he'll be fine. Lovely. Didn't even have to tend to yourself there. This person is of course now dead. And don't you dare pick up that pistol. Oh, you're incapable of it, so it's fine. Oh, a psychic drone. That is exactly what we need. Yes, we need our tired, hungry Chuck Norris to have a psychic drone as well. I think this auto pistol is actually better than our great bow. So I'm gonna leave that as it is. And we'll of course have him tend to himself whenever he's able. How long are these muscle parasites going to be here for? He needs a total tend quality of 300%. He has tended it twice and is only at 50. Wonderful. With an average of 25% tend quality, that's going to take like a week. Although here is this harvest. He is botching absolutely everything. Is it even worth harvesting yet? How bad your manipulation is. And yeah, here's that heat wave. So if you can finish harvesting this, can you finish harvesting the, no, finish, oh, it's not full. 76, yeah, this is probably the best we're going to get, so we are actually going to accept this quest for the advanced components, for when we eventually get a fabrication bench. We're going to need those. Good lord, that is much more intense than I initially realized. It is already well over 35 degrees outside, so we will actually build this passive cooler to try and cool this area in his bedroom. Primarily the bedroom is the important thing. I think we're actually going to move this, actually we don't have to, it's not as hot as I thought it was going to be. Should be able to survive an amount of time out here. I'm surprised that these are still growing actually, with it reaching over 45 degrees outside, but you can see that passive cooler going to work and making it so he doesn't get his heat stroke. Oh, why did he not eat at the table? It's gonna make you go insane, buddy. If this catharsis runs out anytime soon, we're gonna be in serious trouble. And of course, serious pain from his muscle power. Here we go. Adam. We don't know how good he is at medical. I think it's okay to accept him temporarily so that he can remove our porcupine spines. You know, that'll be fine. We can probably rename that later. Adam, welcome. You can't do medical. There is no way. The single thing you are incapable of is doctoring. How do I get rid of you? Can I banish you? Let me banish you. How do I make you leave? You are completely useless. You 72-year-old man who cannot care for people. 7. Oh, yeah. How do I... Can I tell you to leave? Can I make you exit my colony? I have zero use for you. I don't want to kill you because that's gonna make this dude sad. What could you possibly be doing in there? Why were you standing in there giving yourself hypothermia? You donut, what are you doing? It's because you can't research, so you're just standing still. We'll make sure. The one reason why I decide to make an exception to the no colonists thing, and he can't even do that. Yeah, there you go. Come mine this, you useless old unmedically available man. I also want to see what this area is. Yeah, go ahead and mine steel. And go ahead and mine some components too while you're at it. Build a shelf or two. These look like they will continue to grow even during this heat wave. Probably queued a few more trees for chopping down than I necessarily needed to, but it should not be a big deal. I'm going to allow this dude to craft. And take crafting away from you. So we can have this useless dude do whatever for now. Like, what are you even doing, bro? Consuming my food? Of course you are. What else would you be doing? Making yourself useful? Absolutely not. Hole 2, please. Thank you. Seeking safe temperature. Heat stroke serious. Yes, seek a safe temperature, buddy. No, you are very useless. Furniture, sleeping spot. How do I get rid of you without killing you? Because killing you will make Chuck very sad. We don't want that. Assign role. This must be to do with ideology. I feel like normally, yeah, there's a banish thing. We can't banish you. Chuck Norris has gone on a daze yet again. Favorable. We don't want to build here at all because that's overhead mountain. But we can go ahead and expand our structure in this direction. I guess we would have been better off building this slightly further in this direction. What could this dude possibly be doing? Seeking safe temperature? Like, what are you doing? Go to sleep or something, dude. You steadfast or something. Iron-willed. Look at that. Health. Heat stroke serious. You for real. Can you tend to yourself? You cannot walk. I need you to be somewhere safe. Can you... You can't rescue him, can you? You can rescue him. Very fortunate. Rescue Chuck and put him somewhere where he can survive. Thank you. Appreciate it. Move this wall out a couple blocks. Give us more space inside of here, and also line these walls up nicely. Yes, we'll let Adam here go ahead and hold back a bunch of this steel. Because the one thing we needed you for, which was removing this bloody porcupine quill, the one thing we needed you for, you are incapable of. Entirely incapable of for absolutely no reason. Which is, I mean, it's just wonderful, really. It's just wonderful. I don't see how you could be any more helpful, to be honest. This vein is exhausted. This vein is exhausted. How many components? We have 18. Lovely. Lovely. The research bench requires how much steel? 100. Only 100. Oh, actually, 100 steel plus 150 metallic, which means 250 steel. We are on track for that, which is fortunate. It's very good. And we just need to actually get that. And I'm mining out this corner because they can't reach this area, but it still affects the beauty, which is quite annoying, I would say. Can expand this floor. Heat wave is finally over, so we can go back to normal. And hopefully Adam will be leaving soon. How many days do you have to be here for? 11 days. Good lord. This was not the plan. The plan was have you remove a porcupine quill and then banish you. Turns out neither of those things are possible. I'm gonna move this back so that when we get the high-tech research bench, it'll hopefully be able to go right there. Volcanic winter. A vac suit helmet. Absolutely useless. I am not going into the vacuum of space anytime soon. What kind of useless offer is that? Logging worksite. Don't think that's going to be especially helpful. Low medicine. Oh, that's a good point. We actually don't have any heal root. Okay. Great. We can move this up a little bit. Oh, I did not know that was a thing. You can make squares by holding control. Shift doesn't seem to do anything, but control forces it to be a square. Very interesting. Don't sow that. Yeah, you don't have 8 growing skill. And plant corn here, but not yet. Mad guinea pig. Adam, you know what to do. Maybe you'll die fighting this stupid guinea pig, and we don't have to worry about you anymore. How have you not hit him a single time? That is sad. If you die to a guinea pig, your entire bloodline will feel your shame. There you go. You donut. You nearly died to a guinea pig. To an actual guinea pig. That has got to be the most disrespectful thing to die to. Even rats, some people are a bit intimidated by them. Yeah, but a guinea pig? Ooh, that is plasteel. That is very good to have. That is very good to have. Like a nice big marker there for that plasteel. Adam, have you been tended to? Oh my god, you probably used the friggin' Glitterworld medicine. Yes, my one piece of Glitterworld medicine that I had. Thank you for using that on this absolutely useless colonist with minor injuries. Which one has 700% tend quality? It's probably this bottom scratch. Or maybe this bite, I don't know. But that also means you've used all of our heal root as well. Actually, I don't want you to have any of our medicine, just Doctor Care, thank you. It's actually quite great timing for this food binge because the power went out. Which I find quite amusing. I want you to go ahead and build this blueprint. And this one. Thank you. Because most of the things in here will rot pretty quickly if we don't keep it frozen. Go ahead and turn that off. You know, now that I think about it, I might even want to move this a couple more tiles over so that I can build a structure that's the same width as this one up here. Who knows? Adam. I don't care about Adam's tattered apparel. Of course, Chuck Norris needs tending. Tend to yourself, pal. This can become a hospital bed again, and I want you to, yeah, you can't clean. I definitely need to fix that. Oh, and we'll allow you to finish building that wall. Yeah, go ahead, Adam. What are you doing? Here, go ahead. I'll let you construct. Yeah, you seriously have nothing better to do than stand in a dark room. Not play chess or anything like that, no? You don't feel like doing anything fun like that? What about research? I'll let you research. You don't want to research. Hello? Is it because cleaning? Yeah, okay. It's definitely the cleaning mod. We have a respectable little outcropping here, I would say. Be a bit wary of this overhead mountain down here. Go ahead and flick that on so that you can work a little bit faster. And of course, because we're unable to clean, this is now counted as very dirty, which is unfortunate. How is your intellectual skill? 1. 11. Okay, yeah, you will not be researching. You can instead mine out some area back here. Doesn't that sound fun? You're probably starting to get hypothermia and you're going to slow down because of it. Yeah, look at that. Have anything good on you? Absolutely not. You suck so much, dude. Reject. As much as I hate to, there's not much I can do about you. You have paralytic abasia. I'm not taking care of you for 40 days so that you can remove a single porcupine spine. You can actually see it on his player model, I think, which I think is hilarious. Also parasites, he's about halfway through his recovery. That is just great. Ah, Adam, you can finally make yourself useful. 9 social, 0 social. When do you leave? Adam the Forsaken. You leave very soon, thank goodness. We have nothing to sell you, for you buy only useful things. I mean, if we're being honest, it's probably smart of them, no? We'll make this room slightly more beautiful, just to occupy Adam for a short while. I could, of course, lean into the hospitality mod, but I see very little benefit to doing that. So for now, I'm just going to leave it at what we have. And I could build a wall around this by going straight up here. I think I'm going to do that as soon as both of these plots have been harvested. I'm going to go ahead. Build. I'm gonna want to cut some granite blocks. Build a granite door right there. Build a sandstone wall going up this way, over this way. Wonderful. I will unsuspend this because we will probably need more blocks. Probably not need more to complete this particular construction, but it'll be helpful to have them in the future. It's just so convenient that this colonist just happened to be incapable of caring. Right, Adam. Ah, yes, take my neutramine. I have absolutely no use for it. They're not going to try and roof this, are they? Because it doesn't have support. Also because there's already a wind turbine here, I suppose. I don't think you can build them inside. I feel like that would certainly defeat the purpose. And there they both go. Would you look at that? Lovely wall. Eventually we can also land a shuttle here and things. It'll be spectacular. Medical treatment needed. Chuck, why do you never tend to yourself? And why is your tend quality so low? You have medical level 7. Self-tending does suck. It's the main limitation of this playthrough, is that we can't have surgery done, and our tend quality is always going to be absolutely atrocious, so we're going to need actually decent medicine to be able to do anything at all. Well, I'm gonna move this shelf down just a little bit. I'm gonna build a copy of this palette. Just to prepare for our influx of corn that we'll get from this field. It really is unfortunate that we have the only fertile zones at the very edges of the map. Yeah, I feel like the most feasible one would be here, and that's still very close to the border. The only reason why this is acceptable is because they have to come through this single choke point to get to our base. Otherwise they have a little bit of distance to travel from anywhere else. Major break risk. We need a way to get you happy, dude. Which means we need to get that bloody porcupine spine out of your friggin' body. And also, you know, preferably fix your bedroom, things like that. Get you outside more, but I mean, come on, mental health is for nerds. Oh yes. Food binge. You know, I thought this was supposed to be more common for Gourmand, but I feel like I've seen more food binges with this dude than I have, honestly, any other colonist. What the? There we go. And yeah, that is the only thing that I have to forbid. Well, I guess you can leave, Adam. Thank goodness. Don't hit the spike trap on your way out. Yeah, go ahead, beat him up. Lovely. Now we can let you back out, although you can't do anything for now. Quest complete. Adam the Forsaken. He turned out to be entirely useless because, go figure, completely incapable. 15-year-old. I'm not gonna, well, if you join, I can banish you. You can probably take down the Drifter all on your own, to be honest. Maybe we'll leave that for the very next time, coming up on almost exactly 1 hour, so I think it'll be sensible to end the stream there. But we will, I think we'll be accepting that guy, and hopefully he can actually remove our porcupine spine.